The stars glittered like a million silent witnesses as the Galactic Alliance, a federation of over 50 alien species, convened on the orbital platform above the barren moon of Alnura Prime. The mood inside the Grand Assembly Chamber was tense. Ancient enemies and bitter rivals now sat side by side, unified by a shared dread. Holographic projections of entire fleets hovered in the air, their commanders waiting for orders. But these ships, bristling with advanced weaponry and shields capable of withstanding the wrath of suns, were not aimed at each other. They were aimed at Earth. The Alliance's supreme arbiter, being known only as Thraxel, raised his clawed hand for silence. His amphibian-like skin shimmered under the bright lights of the chamber, a sickly green hue reflecting his anxiety. He spoke through the translation matrix, his deep voice rumbling through the collective minds of the delegates. Humanity has become a threat we can no longer ignore. Our spies have confirmed it, they have built the weapon. The rumors are true. A murmur rippled through the assembled alien leaders. Their species had all known conflict, war, and conquest. But something about the humans, something about their relentless will to survive and adapt unnerved even the most seasoned of them. Thraxel continued. The Terran Republic has refused to share its technological advancements. They claim it's defensive. But we know better. This superweapon, they call it Genesis, is an affront to everything we've built. They intend to challenge our dominion. And we must strike before they do. The holodisplay shifted, showing a detailed simulation of Earth's military outposts and defenses. In the decades since humanity had joined the galactic stage, they had expanded quickly. Faster than anyone expected. They reverse-engineered alien technology, incorporating it into their own. What they couldn't understand, they simply bulldozed with their infamous brute force. And now, they had something new. Something terrifying. The Arbiter's eyes narrowed as he uttered the final words that would set the galaxy ablaze: the humans must be stopped. Prepare for invasion. 6 weeks earlier, Earth. General Katia Harlow stood on the bridge of the Terran Republic flagship Vigilant, gazing out at the starstreaked void. Humanity's territories were a tiny speck in the vast galactic expanse, but they were growing. For centuries, Earth had been ignored, dismissed by the larger, older civilizations. That changed when a stray Shaltari warship stumbled into the Sol system and realized the potential threat that these humans posed. The Shaltari hadn't counted on humanity's ability to fight back. The war that followed was short, brutal, and unexpectedly victorious for the Terrans. Since then, skirmishes with various factions became a regular occurrence, and each one added to humanity's arsenal. The message was clear: humanity wouldn't be subdued. But now, things were different. Humanity wasn't on the defensive anymore. They were ready to take the fight to anyone who dared to challenge their existence. The doors behind Katia hissed open, and a tall, broad-shouldered figure strode in. His weathered face and scar across his jawline made it clear this was a man familiar with war. Admiral Elias Graves, her second-in-command and trusted ally. "Is it ready?" Graves asked, his voice a low growl. Katia turned to face him, her sharp green eyes locking onto his. "It's operational. We've run the final tests. Genesis is ready." Graves allowed a rare smile to crack his stoic expression. "Good. The Alliance is tightening the noose. They've been moving fleets into position for weeks. They think they're going to catch us off guard. They're in for a surprise." Katia's voice was cold. "They have no idea what's coming. The Alliance War Fleet, orbiting Earth." The skies above Earth darkened as the Alliance War Fleet appeared from hyperspace. Hundreds of warships formed a blockade around the planet. From sleek Elvery battlecruisers to the hulking dreadnoughts of the Zorath Empire, the Armada represented the collective might of the galaxy's most advanced species. On board the flagship Divine Justice, Arbiter Thraxel watched the human planet spin below, its blue oceans and green landmasses deceptively serene. "They won't surrender," Thraxel muttered to his commander. "Then they will burn," replied the Zorathian warlord standing beside him, his voice like grinding stone. "As all those who defy us have burned." The order was given. The assault on Earth began. On the ground, Earth. Sirens blared across the major cities of Earth. Civilians were rushed into underground bunkers while the planetary defense systems roared to life. Earth's orbital defenses opened fire, but it was like trying to stop a tsunami with a sandcastle. The alien ships bore down on the planet, unleashing a storm of plasma fire and energy blasts that ignited the atmosphere and turned entire cities into rubble. But this was all part of the plan. Deep within a hidden military installation beneath the Rocky Mountains, Katia Harlow stood in front of a massive control terminal. Engineers and scientists worked frantically around her, but her focus was solely on the main screen, which showed the incoming destruction. "Activate Genesis," she commanded. The lead scientist, a wiry man with glasses that seemed out of place in this high-tech environment, hesitated. "General, once we activate it, there's no going back. We crossed that line a long time ago." "Do it." A mechanical hum filled the air as the massive underground complex powered up. Buried deep within the Earth, under layers of protection and shielding, the Genesis weapon began to awaken. It was humanity's final card, a device so powerful, so incomprehensible, that even their own scientists didn't fully understand it. A fusion of human ingenuity and alien technology, it could reshape reality itself. Outside, in space, the Alliance fleet continued their bombardment. But then, something strange happened. The space around Earth began to distort. Ships at the edge of the fleet reported anomalies, energy readings that made no sense. The air shimmered with an ethereal glow, and suddenly, entire ships vanished from the fleet sensors. Arbiter Thraxel, watching from the command deck, felt a cold dread creep into his bones. What is that?" he whispered, staring at the distorted space around Earth. One by one, the warships started disappearing, sucked into an invisible force that seemed to bend reality itself. The fleet's communications turned to chaos as commanders screamed for help, only to be silenced in an instant. Back on Earth, Katia watched the display with grim satisfaction. "Genesis isn't just a weapon," she said quietly to Graves, who stood beside her. "It's a reality engine." Aftermath. The Galactic Alliance had been shattered. Of the hundreds of ships that had attacked Earth, only a handful limped away. The rest had been erased, disappearing into a space-time anomaly created by Genesis. Entire species were left without leaders, without fleets, without hope. Earth, on the other hand, remained intact. Humanity stood victorious. The secret of the Genesis device remained hidden, its full capabilities known only to a select few within the Terran Republic. But one thing was clear: humanity had ascended to a new level of power, one that the galaxy had never seen before. No longer the underdog, they were now the dominant force in the cosmos. And they had sent a clear message to anyone who dared to challenge them. Earth was not to be trifled with. The humans weren't just survivors anymore. They were conquerors.